Welcome to On the Sofa with Zoe and Gemma.
Hi, I'm Zoe.
And I'm Gemma. People keep asking us what the balloon agents actually is.
So we didn't want to just create another balloon page. We've created this to help the balloon community. It came from seeing balloon artists feeling stuck, overwhelmed and doing everything alone.
The balloon agents is about community, connections, and helping balloon artists grow what they've already started.
The next phase of the balloon agents is going to be the community, where we want to bring the whole community together of everybody in the industry, whether you're a balloon artist that's been in the industry for years, or whether you've been in it for a little while, or whether you're just starting out, or even just thinking of starting your balloon business. And also bringing in all of the trainers, the organisers, the associations, just bringing everybody together. So we want to create the community where there's no judgment, no question is a silly question. We know that there's Facebook groups and things like that where it is sort of a bit of a community, but Facebook can get shut down at any time, or you could lose your own Facebook at any time. And once you've lost your Facebook and you're already in that group or that community on Facebook, you may not be able to access it again. So the idea is to bring everybody together, and we do find that on some of the groups on Facebook, some of it can get a little bit narky. You know, if you've got people on there that has just started and they're asking a question, somebody may chime in who has been in the industry for a lot longer, and sometimes maybe make that other person who's asked the question, make them feel that they've asked a silly question, or make them feel that they shouldn't be in the industry for asking that sort of question.
And then the person that's asked the question loses confidence, and that doesn't help anybody.
Exactly. So we're going to build a community where it doesn't matter what level you're at, because at the end of the day, it doesn't matter how much of a high level you're at. There's always new trends. There's always new stuff to learn. So just because you've been in the industry, I mean, me and Gemma have both been in the industry over 10 years each, and we're always still learning.
Yeah.
There's always new things to learn. It's growing bigger now than it has ever been. And we just don't want people to feel lost in such a big industry, because it's probably only going to get bigger. Like the balloon industry has been around, how
Forever.
many years? You know, probably back to what, 60s, 70s. I don't even know, but a long time. So it is only going to keep growing. So this is what we're trying to do: is bring a community together. We're going to add like a forum or something like that on. We don't exactly know how we're going to do it on the website yet.
We've kind of got to see where it goes and how it grows. You know.
Yeah.
But that's the way I see it.
Yeah, exactly. But what we want to do is bring everyone together. So it's like just one great big massive happy family where everyone everyone is kind and gentle in an ideal world, but we know that's never going to be. But that's what we want to do. We want to bring everyone together, so it doesn't matter what level you're at. There's always going to be someone there that's going to be able to help you, give you the correct advice. You know, we know that you can go on TikTok and, you know, ask a question on TikTok on somebody's page and they may give you a bit of advice, but, you know,
not necessarily the right advice.
It's not always the correct advice, because you're being given advice from somebody who has just self-taught themselves. Not saying that there's anything wrong with that. There's not. You know, a lot of people do self-teach, but they're only self-teaching themselves the skills of how to create the balloons. The business side of it, they're not being taught properly with the pricing, and there's so much we could go into, as in the back end of it all. But obviously we'd be here forever. So this is where the community comes in, so we can try and make sure that everybody is getting the correct advice, basically going back to old school training, really, because we have found that the old school training is now coming back in more. So when I started, you know, you was having to pay £500-600 just for a 1 day course. You had to start off with your fundamentals and all your basics and things, and all of that just seems to have now gone out of the window. It's now like, well, if you can create something, you're a balloon artist and you've got
Yeah.
your own business, but that isn't the case.
Excuse me. You used to have steps that you'd follow. So you'd have your fundamentals, and then there were kind of snippet days, weren't there, that you'd go and do, you know, you'd learn a bit of twisting, or you'd learn corporate decor, or, you know, there's kind of, there would be steps that you would have to take. And then there would be the certified balloon artist,
The CBA,
which is what you done.
I did the
Qualitex.
CBA, but that obviously
is
no longer, because that was with Qualitex. But what one did you do?
I done an NCFE at Capel Manor College, but I don't believe that course is available anymore.
I don't think there is any like the CBA anymore, is there? Because that was done by Qualitex. But I don't know, maybe somebody might actually come on and do that now. Qualitex have gone.
Well, I know that the NABAS courses are certified, the BAPIA courses are certified.
So the pressure to post constantly really is a struggle, and that struggle is real
across the board. Like, everybody struggles with that.
I find that, especially at times when you're not as busy, it's what do you post?
But even when you are busy, it's if you've got multiple setups that weekend and you've got 5 or 6.
Especially, I think, if you've been working all weekend doing setups, and you have another job that you do during the week. If you're not doing this,
a lot of balloon artists
lot of people do, and then it's you've been busy all week, you've been run off your feet doing setup after setup. Then you're back to work Monday to Friday. Then by then you think, oh God, you can't be faffed about. Going through your social media, editing all, making sure it's all correct, and then having to post it. It is a struggle, and I think sometimes social media itself
is as much of
a job in itself.
Definitely.
Like, you can understand why people employ social media people to do it, and you can understand why they charge so much, because it's
labour intensive. It's a lot of time.
It is, and I think that editing is
editing and all of, you know, if you've a lot of balloon artists, as you all know, edit the lighting, the colours,
and it's hard. And I think as well, when you've done a really, really, really lovely, brilliant setup,
and the lighting's not right,
well, it's in a really shit venue, and it's like, you know, it could be like, I don't want to sound like I'm sort of putting places down, but somebody's really gone all out with a really extravagant pastel theme or whatever, neutral theme, a really, really nice colour theme. Then it's in like a social club with maroon carpets and like, and then you don't want to post it, because it's, even though from your eye you looking at it, it looks the bollocks, but when you put that picture, and I always find that the pictures never look as good as what it does in real life. Or you'll take your picture, you've been setting it up all, like you've been there for hours setting it all up, you take your pictures, and then you get home and then you look at it and you think, oh God, that's out of place, that's out of place,
and you're disappointed after all that work,
and then you start beating yourself up because you're looking at it thinking, oh, that's not placed properly, or that. But that's how we're looking at it. So the person that's walking into that room, they're not a balloon artist, so they're not going to know that maybe is a little bit out of place, or that colour placement wasn't quite right there. They're not going to notice that. But the creating content is a struggle. It is a massive struggle. I think unless maybe you've got a background in content creation or social media, it may flow a little bit easier. But
I think it's something that everybody feels, though. It's not, you know, a lot of people feel alone because they're struggling with social media or whatever, but I feel like that's something that even the most successful balloon artists out there, they probably struggle the most with social media.
Definitely. So that is a struggle. But on the business hub, we do have a section on there that's all content. Is it is it content?
It's marketing and social media.
Marketing and social media. So there is a section on there that gives you a little bit of advice and help and some tools on social media. And again, I think being so many different social media platforms as well, like you've got TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn. We found that at one point we was using a platform like cross posting
platform
where you can put all of them, like all of the different platforms in this one place and schedule them, but then you can't add the music onto them. So then even though it's posting them on all of the different platforms, because I know Instagram and Facebook you can link it up to those posts together, but there's not one that links with TikTok. There's not one that links with LinkedIn. So then you've got to do all them separately. And I know you can schedule them on each individual one as well. But this was Buffer, it was called. And there's loads of others out there. I think there's another one, is it Planoly or Planopoly? Sure. Or there's loads of different ones. But I think if you're only using the free version, you can't add music. And as we all know, using the trending sounds now, everyone wants to put a background music on their content, but you can't add the music when you're doing it like that. So, and it sometimes I don't think it's good to use the same thing on every platform at the same time, because then it's important to then have a look at your analytics to see what's working on what platform. So,
and different things work differently on different platforms.
Exactly.
Don't they?
LinkedIn is going to be completely different to TikTok.
100, and TikTok's totally different to Instagram.
Exactly. I mean, we've noticed it with ourselves, haven't we?
Yeah.
Like, I think TikTok I think more people engage on TikTok now.
Yeah, I think it's easier to grow your following on TikTok. Instagram is harder.
Yeah, definitely.
And Facebook is almost impossible.
Exactly.
At the moment, whereas Facebook used to be the one, didn't it? And Instagram, and then it changed to Instagram.
Nothing called Facebook no more. No. But then I have had about 4 Facebook accounts shut down. It's another story.
Yeah. I had a Facebook page shut down.
Yeah, and once that Facebook page
was hacked.
Mine's been hacked about 3 times, to the point now where you had to set the Facebook up account in
a different name
and everything, because it had even blocked my IP address. So unless I'd got a complete new broadband, I couldn't even create another Facebook account. So all of my contacts and all of the groups that I was on, I mean, back in the day when I first started, Facebook was my main source of
same with mine.
My main source of income.
That was same with mine.
I've lost all of those customers now.
I've lost mine
because they now think that I don't exist. So you really do need to make sure that you are
security
with all different platforms. So if one shuts down, then you've still got that little bit of security on another one. The chances of every single one of them being hacked and shut down is quite slim, but it is still a possibility.
Personally, on my social media now, I like to have a second person as an admin. So I know a lot of you were going to be standalone, work alone, sole traders. Even if it's your mum or your dad or your sister, if you can get somebody else as an admin on that Facebook, Instagram, then you've just got some chance of
backup.
Yeah, if your personal page gets shut down or your personal page gets hacked, then there's still somebody that can get into that business page for you.
And I think going back to not knowing what content to post all the time, like I know with Instagram you want your grid to look aesthetically pleasing, but I have noticed there was a few people that they're doing reels. So if they've not got no content to post about actual balloons that they've done or any work that they've done that weekend, if they haven't had any work that weekend, because we all know January, February, obviously apart from Valentine's Day, it's pretty much a bit quiet at this time of the year. So then just do like normal everyday things of what you would normally do every day, but put it on your reels, but then remove it from your main profile grid. So you're still being active on social media. It's still coming up when people are scrolling, but then it's not throwing out your aesthetic on your profile grid. Another thing that is really, really, really important with social media is consistency. So if you can only post once a week, stick to just posting once a week, but be consistent with it. The same day, around about the same sort of time every week, rather than just bombarding a week's worth of content in 1 week, then not posting nothing for another 2 weeks, waiting until you get another load of work come in and then start posting again. Spread it out. If you're only getting enough work to even post once or twice a week, stick with that, but stay consistent with it. And that consistency works over all platforms. The algorithm will see that you're being consistent, and that is what will push it out more. So, you know, having good content is better than, if you're only just creating content once a week, that's better than just throwing up any old crap every single day that nobody's going to engage with. It's consistency, and it's creating something that people are going to want to see. Don't just throw up any old crap, because people will just get bored. We are also looking into getting some social media experts that would like to maybe offer some training that we can add to the Bloom calendar, because we want to expand into, we know that it is all about the balloon artist, and we've got all of the training on there for the balloon artist for the training, but we also want to give you that bit of training that helps with the business side of things as well. So we are looking for some social media experts, content creators, who like more content creators within the balloon industry world, like events industry type thing. So we are on the lookout for to find ones that do offer some sort of training, maybe see if there's any webinars that they've got that we can download onto the website for people. So that will also be coming as well, to be able to give you some more social media training, because we know how much of a struggle it is. It is a headache. I hate having to do social media.
Can't bear it.
It's like, it's just draining in it. It's like, oh, no, please, not today.
So if you feel you need help or support, head over to the Balloon Agents at www.theballoonagents.com and join for a free account. That's the end of today's On the Sofa with Zoe and Gemma.
And we'll see you again next week.
Bye.
Bye.